Taurus, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm doing your general messages for the week ahead, and I've already pulled the oracle card, so we'll get straight into it. First we got is building blocks. So basically this card is about maybe hard work, about patience, about long-term planning and stability, so it kind of speaks directly to your natural strength, Taurus, because you are all of those things. So maybe you've been learning some sort of important lessons over the past few months, and nothing's been wasted, or delays or setbacks or anything like that has just helped create something stronger. Then with gibbous moon, it says you're very close to achieving your goals. So this is about keep going, don't stop. So this is maybe the final stretch that you're coming into now. So it's definitely something that you've been working on with these building blocks, is maybe coming to completion. So it could mean maybe that there's like a promotion coming, or I don't know, financial improvement, or a move, just healing in general. Could be meeting someone important, or just finishing some sort of personal chapter in your life. And then we have horse spirit, and it says freedom is yours. And this card is about like independence and confidence and movement, and just trusting yourself and breaking free from any sort of limitations. So it could be that you're letting go of fear at the moment, or leaving behind any sort of limiting beliefs, or maybe even a person, and just kind of releasing situations that are making you feel maybe stuck, or just giving yourself permission to choose a different path. So it could be a reminder, especially for you, Taurus, someone who really you love security and stability and all of that stuff. So maybe it's showing you that like you can handle this change. Okay, let's get you some tarot cards. I'm doing things a bit differently this time for your general messages. So let's just see what comes out there for Taurus. Very good. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Oh. Okay. We have the Star. Let me just cover her. Okay. We have the Six of Cups in the reverse. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups. And we have the Four of Cups. Okay, I'm just going to get you some clarifiers straight away. Might even try and speed this part up for you so you don't have to listen to me getting cards. Okay, what is the Ten of Pentacles? We have the Seven of Wands. Okay, what is the Five of Cups? We have the Tower in reverse. What's the Seven of Pentacles in reverse? We have the Star. Okay, what is the Star? We have the Three of Cups. Perfect, can hide that. Okay, what is the Six of Cups in the reverse? We have the Page of Wands in the reverse. What is the Knight of Cups? We have the Eight of Pentacles. And then what is the Four of Cups? We have the High Priestess in the reverse. Okay, Taurus, so we have Your overall energy for the week here is the 10 of Pentacles clarified by the 7 of Wands. So it's basically about, maybe this week is about building long-term security. It could be in your family, in your finances, your career, just your future in general. But it's basically the best card in the deck for long-term success. And then the 7 of Wands, shows that maybe you might feel like you have to defend what you've built with those building blocks, or maybe it could be that you're fighting for what you deserve, or maybe you're just protecting your boundaries and standing your ground, or refusing to settle for less than this 10 of Pentacles, so maybe it's just about protecting your long-term vision, even if other people are either judging that or not understanding it or whatever. Then we have what you don't see coming, and what you don't see coming, we've got the 5 of Cups and the Tower in the reverse. So 5 of Cups is kind of, about disappointment and regret and focusing on, what didn't work out. And the Tower reversed is usually avoiding a disaster, or like a huge change that breaks you, or some sort of internal transformation, or just releasing something that's been weighing on you, so I think that what you don't see coming is that maybe like this disappointment actually helps prevent a bigger problem, or it finally encourages you to let go of something that doesn't serve you anymore, so if there is any sort of like disappointments or setbacks or anything like that, just maybe it's like you can't see it yet, but it's actually like a blessing in disguise type of thing. Then we have your career and money, or your daily life, and we have the 7 of Pentacles reversed and the Star. That's Aquarius energy, that's Scorpio energy. We have more Aquarius with the Star over there, and we have Cancerian with the High Priestess as well. We'd also have fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, and water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So with your career, basically, with the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, you could be, reflecting on things and being like, why hasn't this paid off yet? Am I wasting my time? Should I change what I'm doing? Should I change direction? But the Star is there to kind of, it brings reassurance, so it's maybe saying like, keep believing, keep the hope. If you've been working hard towards maybe some sort of career goal or financial goal or building a business or something like that, it's just basically saying that you might need more time, or you're going to renew your purpose or something like that, with that 7 of Pentacles and the Star. Then in your love life, we have the Star clarified by the 3 of Cups. So basically the Star is about healing, optimism, emotional renewal, and then the 3 of Cups is about like joy, celebrations, friendship, meaningful connections, like that type of thing. So, if you're dating at the moment, it could be that, that the relationship is becoming lighter or happier and more supportive. If you're in a relationship, it could be that there's, you guys are just getting stronger together and enjoying each other's company and that type of thing. If you're single, it could mean that maybe that you meet someone through friends or some sort of like social events, or just maybe you're just emotionally ready to connect again. So either way, it's kind of like in your love life, things are lighter this week, and more enjoyable. Then what is this one? This one is your challenge or your block, right? So this is the 6 of Cups in reverse and the Page of Wands in reverse. So I think maybe you start struggling to let go of the past in some way. It could be an old person, or it could be just some old emotional baggage, or just having difficulty moving on, or it could also definitely be some sort of like childhood patterns that you need to work on that's maybe coming up again. And the reverse Page of Wands is basically about hesitation, lack of confidence, maybe uncertainty about the next step or something like that. So it could be that there's some sort of things from your past or old experiences or something that just might make you second guess like what your next step is or what's the new path or that type of thing. So then we have, what is this one? This is your advice. So we have the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. So Knight of Cups is about, following what actually really makes you happy, what inspires you, and remaining emotionally open. But it can be a bit idealistic, or, love bombing or that type of thing. So Eight of Pentacles is like about hard work and, discipline and making sure that you put in the effort and that type of thing. So it's basically maybe you need to follow what you love, but know that like the hard work is going to be what brings it type of thing. So just make sure that you aren't working too hard and not passionate about it, and you're not just passionate about it and not putting in the effort. And then, so the outcome this week, we have the Four of Cups and we have the High Priestess in the reverse. So it could be that, that maybe you're contemplating or even overlooking an opportunity. Maybe you're just more focused on what's missing. And the High Priestess reverse is just kind of about your intuition, and usually in the upright it's about, knowing what to do or what you want, or just having this gut feeling about something, and maybe you've got that blocked at the moment, or maybe there's just some sort of like something that's hidden that hasn't yet come to light. But basically I think here, just try not to rush anything or any decisions or anything like that, and just pause and make sure you're not ignoring your inner voice or your gut feeling or that type of thing, and try like reconnect with yourself. Okay, so let's get you some Heart's Hidden Secrets. This is just your mini love reading. Okay, so let's see. How does Taurus feel about their person? Okay, we have second chance, reconciliation, making amends, and opportunity. That could definitely be the case there with that that star and the Three of Cups. And we have memories, reminiscing, dwelling in bittersweet, and that's that Six of Cups in the reverse. Okay, and then what are Aries person's feelings for Aries? We have releasing, letting go, moving on, and walking away. And then bottom of the deck, we have divine masculine, yang, and masculine energy. I'm just going to get all of the cards before I start talking on your romance. Okay, so let's get some romance angels. We have give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. We have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Let's get one more. Taurus. We have you deserve love, you are lovable. Bottom of the deck, then we have pay attention to the red flags, the signs are cautioning you. And then let's get some messages from your person. This is usually for people in separation, and so I will try interpret it as much as possible for people that are not in separation, like singles and new love and relationships and that type of thing as well. So let's see, what would Taurus's person say to Taurus if they weren't holding anything back? The timing just wasn't right for us. We will be together again. Okay, let's get one more. We got sometimes I stay awake thinking about you, and bottom of the deck, I knew exactly what I was doing. Okay, Taurus, so with your feelings, basically, it could mean that you're in separation with this person and that you are looking for maybe like another opportunity with them, or maybe if you're wanting to just repair what was broken for any circumstance, or you could just be wondering if the relationship deserves one more chance, or that I don't know, you feel like it's just not completely over. You guys are very loyal, very committed, and it's kind of like you don't want to give up. about someone that you truly cared about, which is very on trend for you guys. And then we have the memories card here. So, you know, you could still be thinking about the good times or revisiting some sort of old conversations, or, you know, just comparing new people to this connection. Or it could just be about, you know, feeling grateful for what you guys had, and kind of sad about what changed between the two of you, you know. On their side, we have releasing and divine masculine, right? So, you know, they could be your divine masculine if you resonate with that. But also it could just mean that they're trying to heal, or they're trying to accept what's happened between the two of you. Obviously just letting go of expectations, and maybe just choosing peace at this time over emotional struggles or anything like that. But with divine masculines, like, divine masculines are like someone who like steps up, and you know, that they're honest, and they communicate well, and they're accountable, and you know, that they grow, and they're confident, or they a leader, you know, they take the lead. So it could mean that this person is kind of just, you know, processing the situation between the two of you internally before taking any action. But there is some sort of release here. Obviously you take what resonates for your situation, whether you're in a relationship or in separation or just single, you know. Then we have give your relationship a chance, and it says work on your partnership. And basically this is about, you know, if you guys are together, it's about you know, not giving up too quickly, and just make sure that you guys communicate honestly, and that there's still effort put into the relationship so that you guys can strengthen it. You know, if you are separated, it could mean that, you know, that you need to reflect on the relationship, and you know, if both of you are willing to do the work, then maybe it's about trying to actually work together to go forward with this. And if you're single, it's about, you know, keeping your heart open, and not like thinking about the past experiences that you've had that might close you off to any sort of future possibilities. Then we have finances and career, and it says financial issues are affecting your love life right now. So it could just be that there's like literal financial issues, or just some sort of pressures that it's kind of creating emotional distance at the moment. It could be work stress, it could be financial issues, like I said, it could be maybe you guys don't have enough time together, or that there's some sort of worry between the two of you about finances or security or something like that. So it could be that like there's just external things that are getting involved right now, and not people, just circumstances. And then we have you deserve love, you are lovable. So this is a big reminder that, you know, that you shouldn't kind of settle for inconsistency, that you got to know your worth, that you should you know, make sure that the relationship is balanced, and you know, that type of thing, and also that you do deserve love. So if you have any self-doubt, or you're dealing with confidence issues or anything like that, get rid of it. Like, you are lovable. And then bottom of the deck here with the pay attention to the red flags, and it says the signs are cautioning you. So this one is basically like trying to be a warning, I guess. Like, you know, just kind of ask yourself the questions, like, are there any sort of patterns that are repeating? You know, maybe some sort of important issues that are being avoided, and do the actions match their words, really, you know? So just kind of be hopeful and stay grounded, but still keep that hope open, you know? Then the messages from a person. So if you're in separation, it's very straightforward. The timing just wasn't right for us. We will be together again. They want to come back. And sometimes they stay awake thinking about you. So that's very straightforward. It's more that, you know, if you're in a relationship or single or something like that, it could be that there's you know, that there's some sort of readiness between the two of you that wasn't there before. Like I said, it could be work, it could be distance, it could be life responsibilities, whatever it is, but there's like something that the timing wasn't right between the two of you, but you know that they're trying to kind of make time. And then we will be together again, so this is about maybe some sort of hope, or that there's like another meeting between the two of you if you guys aren't in contact at the moment. But it's also just that there's a possibility of reconnecting, or just being more available for each other, you know. And then with the sometimes I stay awake thinking about you, you know, there's some sort of thoughts and emotional reflection, and that, you know, even if this person is trying to move forward, they still, you know, you still are on their mind, and they still think about you. And then I knew exactly what I was doing at the bottom of the deck here is just about, you know, that they're now aware of what they've done, and they kind of recognize the choices that they made, and that there's no kind of mixed feelings about it now. Maybe there was like disagreements between you of what actually happened here, you know. So yeah, like I know if you're in a relationship, like I said, it's kind of difficult to read these cards in that way, but it kind of is just about, you know, working through challenges together instead of assuming that, you know, that you guys are just going to be happily ever after without fixing anything, you know. And just making sure that if there are any financial issues or pressures in work and that type of thing, that you guys are still having conversations about how, you know, how you want to move forward and how you want to fix the lack of availability between the two of you and all of that stuff. So yeah, Taurus, that's what I have for you. I hope you found a message that helped, and I will see you guys again soon. Take care.